स्मृती चिन्ह. नाशिकची आध्यात्मिक, सांस्कृतिक, साहित्यिक अशी ओळख दर्शवणारं कॉफी टेबल बुक घेऊन माननीय महोदयाचं स्वागत. धन्यवाद सर.
Technology as an enabler for the coming pilgrims and how to make it more and more convenient for them so that they can take their dip and snan and do all their entire puja etc. And how their journey can be made more convenient. So we are using a lot of technology also.
River cleaning is done.
Sir, river cleaning, sir, there are 2-3 components to it, sir. We are undertaking regular river cleaning campaigns with Nashik Municipal Corporation, with Trimbakeshwar Municipal Council and with Zilla Parishad also. But apart from that, sir, there are 2 major projects that have been taken for the sewerage and the drainage part. One has been taken in Trimbakeshwar, the other has been taken in Nashik. So, sir, those projects are ongoing. Sir, we intend to complete them by about April 27. So, we'll be able to complete the sewerage, drainage, pipeline project also and the STP project. So, almost about 474 MLD new STPs are being created in Nashik city and about 10.5 MLD in Trimbakeshwar. And subsequently, sir, additionally, sewerage network, almost about 300 kilometers Nashik Municipal Corporation is laying, and Trimbak also roughly about 62 kilometers. Next. Sir, in terms of the strategic plans that we are preparing for the Kumbh, sir, first and foremost is the Sadhugram, sir, which is the core area of our sir, temporary infrastructure. Plus, at the same time, the wayfinding plan and the ghat plan for that. The second is the sanitation plan, sir, which is something very, very critical, something which was much appreciated in Nashik in 2015 and also in Prayagraj in 2025. So, sir, we have already taken lessons not just from our version in 2015, but also what Prayagraj has done in 2019 and 2025 also. So, third and most critical plan that we are preparing is the mobility plan in very close coordination with both the units of the police and how the people will be moving, how the vehicles will be moving, the entire mobility plan. So, fourth is the disaster management plan, which as Divisional Commissioner sir was mentioning, sir, we have a challenge of monsoon at our hands. August and September, the peak dates that are there are in peak monsoon as well. So, sir, disaster management becomes very critical for us. So, we've enumerated, sir, 17 hazards for ourselves. So, 12 natural and 5 man-made hazards. So, right from landslides to floods to lightning to wind, high velocity wind, and also man-made disasters like some industrial disaster or so for example, something that happened in Raigad where a chemical tanker, sir, it got upturned. So things like this. So we've enumerated about 17 hazards and we are trying to prepare a plan as per that. So fifth plan that we are preparing for ourselves, strategic plan, is the city beautification plan. So there are a lot of city beautification aspects are being taken. So next is the health, medical and emergency response. ICN communication is very important, sir, in terms of communicating the various routes, the dates, when people should come, how they should come, where they can stay, what are the restrictions, what is being allowed, what is not allowed, etc. So that communication.
Where will they stay?
So frankly speaking, if we roughly say that Nashik will get about 1.5 crore, Trimbakeshwar will get about 75 lakhs, so the number of people staying is very minuscule. Typically speaking, so there are hotels here. We have about 2,000 rooms of 4-star and 5-star hotels. We are trying to, there are already about 600 to 700 homestays which are already running in Nashik because it's a tourism destination otherwise as well. And we are expecting a lot of people to take up homestay as an option for the people to stay. In addition, sir, we will be setting up tent cities also. But in the scale of the overall thing, so that number will again be very minuscule. So that will not be able to provide. Plus, sir, additionally, CM sir has taken a decision to provide Ren Basera or public accommodation at very, very nominal rates for about 10,000 people. So that will be in the Sadhugram core area. We will be able to provide accommodation for 10,000 people. And sir, apart from that, sir, we've also initiated a plan for livelihood and skilling, specifically for the local people, so that they also get benefited from the huge private economy or the local economy that will get generated. So apart from that, we've created a whole cultural program plan and the digital Kumbh plan also. Next. So this is the administrative structure of the authority. The Divisional Commissioner sir is the chairman. Sir, I am acting as a member secretary. So there are 2 vice chairmen and another, sir, about 19 members, where all the departments have been included in the authority. So the Kumbh fund flow that is happening through the government is happening from the urban development department to the authority, and authority gives the administrative approval and other approvals to all the departments. Next. Sir, Sadhugram planning is the core planning that we are trying to do, specifically from a temporary infra point of view. So the two images that you see, on the left you see the Nashik Sadhugram, on the right you see Trimbakeshwar Sadhugram. Sir, Nashik Sadhugram, sir, we are increasing it from 380 acres in 2015 to about 1468 acres in 2027, sir, Simhastha. And sir, in Trimbakeshwar we have moved Trimbakeshwar, sir, because akhadas have a lot of land, the Sadhugram used to be very small. It was only 20 acres in 2015. But this time, sir, we are increasing it to about 250 acres, and including the holding area, etc., sir, it's going to be about roughly 688 acres. So this ghat that you see, so this is a new ghat that is being constructed just right outside Trimbakeshwar. So because as I said, Kushavat is only hardly 15 meter by 15 meter, and to accommodate 75 lakh people is absolutely impossible. So a new ghat on Godavari river is being created on in Trimbakeshwar, and along that ghat is where, sir, we are planning the Sadhugram as well. So sir, that is a major intervention that has been taken up this time. Next. Sir, in terms of the ghats, sir, that are there, so these are the entire ghats of the Nashik city along the Godavari river. So the green ones are the existing ghats and the yellow ones are the new ghats, sir, that we've taken up. So total about roughly, sir, about 9.5 kilometer ghats, about 26 of them in Nashik. Next. And so similarly for Trambak, we have about 1000 meter of 1 kilometer of existing ghats, but the new ghat that we are creating, sir, is roughly about 2.5 kilometer both sides, but the usable area is about 3.14 kilometer. And sir, we will roughly have about 4 kilometer of ghats in Trimbakeshwar as well. Next. So this is the movement plan, roughly, which we are creating with the police department. Sir, the outer perimeter that you see, that is the outer parking. So on the peak days, sir, we have the restriction of stopping the vehicles in the outer parking areas. And from the outer parking, sir, we will be running shuttle bus services to the inner parking, which is the inner circle that you see. And the innermost circle, sir, that you see, that is going to be all pedestrian. So this will be totally pedestrian area. After the inner parking, sir, roughly about 2 to 2.5 kilometers, people are expected to travel on foot. Next. So similarly, and we are creating huge parking areas also, sir, outer parking and inner parking both. Similarly, sir, the plan for Trimbakeshwar, largely the same plan. We have outer parking on the external perimeter, inner parking on the internal perimeter, and shuttle services from outer parking to inner parking. Next. So railway and bus plan is also a very critical part of our entire planning. So we'll be running about 4,500 buses, not just to shuttle people from outer to inner parking, but also to shuttle the pilgrims from the railway stations to Nashik city and the railway station to Trimbakeshwar as well. So these are the buses that we'll be using. So Indian Railways, we will coordinating very closely with the Department of Railways, Government of India. There are two existing big railway stations, Deolali and Nashik Road, and we are creating 3 further additional railway stations. And sir, we'll be running roughly about 75 trains northbound and 75 trains southbound every day. So that will be the number of trains. So roughly about more than 3 lakh passengers, actually about 8 to 9 lakh passengers will be traveling for that. Next. So we are taking help of Ainapure, IT Delhi and IT Tirupati also in terms of integrated mobility planning, and also a lot of simulation that we are doing not just with the police department but also railways and MSRTC. Next. So for health and medicine, medical and emergency response, we are upgrading the hospital infrastructure that belongs to the state government and that belongs to the Nashik Municipal Corporation. In addition to that, we are upgrading the ICUs and OTs and other infrastructure as well. And in addition to that, we will be setting up temporary health facilities in the Sadhugram area. So every ghat will have 3 ICU beds on each of the ghats. Plus, additionally, we will be having a 100-bed hospital in Tapovan in Nashik, and another 10-bed hospital in the Sadhugram, and similarly a 50-bed hospital in the Trimbakeshwar Sadhugram also. So Trimbakeshwar, we are running already a 100-bed rural hospital, plus some private hospitals, and in Nashik and Trimbakeshwar both, we will be taking close help from the private hospitals as well to help in the entire planning. IMA and other people have also come forward, not just in terms of volunteering, but also providing medical services also. Plus emergency transport specifically from an ambulance point of view, Nashik, so we'll be taking about 100 new ambulances, and Trimbakeshwar, so we'll be adding about 41 new ambulances. So next, in terms of the city beautification, sir, we have 6 categories we are taken for the beautification part. So in urban repair restoration, we are restoring the old ghats. We are running a campaign called Paint My City. So almost 28 lakh square feet we will be painting with renowned national and local artists. So wayfinding signage plan we are taking up as a very, very critical component of not just the permanent infra but also the temporary infra. Signage has become very, very critical, not just at outer parking but railway stations in Sadhugram and Ghat, etc. So the illumination plan is being worked out not just for the Ghat illumination but also the facade illumination of old temples and restored structures that we are doing. Some art installations are also we'll be doing, and intangible heritage is also something that we are very closely working on. Next.